Mr. Sidi, Mr. Godwin, could you tell us?
Yes.
Because he read several provisions of the constitution of your party. Now you say they have violated sections of the constitution of your party. Could you then tell us what parts of the constitution has been violated with that announcement?
Thank you, Chamberlain. You see, when you have a party and people come, it's like non-vulnerable organization, okay, where people can come. Political party is when you are going in, nobody stops you. If you are leaving the party, nobody stops you. You understand? So now, if the head cannot be able to control the party, so many things will go wrong. The Pt.2 led faction, we don't recognize it. You saw what happened at the Eagle Square. Statutory delegates were not allowed. Amechi's group was not allowed. The manner in which Amechi was suspended, it's not in line. It doesn't fall in line with the constitution of the party. So we are also saying that if you do something wrong, the head, and then you don't want to go by the rules, there are so many things will go wrong. That's exactly what is happening. They themselves, they have violated the constitution. So that is the reason why we are now aggrieved, and we are talking to see how we can resolve these issues. Like, look at the case of Oyinlola. How can you just expel somebody that court say reinstate him, and you say no? You can see the level of impunity.
I hear you, Mr. Godwin.
So they don't take blame.
But
they want to blame other governors who are aggrieved. Why?
We hear you. But we haven't heard you say what part of the constitution has been violated.
Hello?
We have heard what you said, but we didn't hear you tell us what part of the PDP constitution have they violated with those actions of theirs.
But the sections so far that their publicity secretaries, whosoever that have quoted, all those sections have been violated. As far as we are concerned.
Mr. Godwin, I find your stance very interesting. Are you still a member of the PDP?
I am still a member of the PDP, but aggrieved. Aggrieved in the sense that the level in which
so
they have carried on the constitution, and then the appointment and replacement, and then dissolution of state chapters of the party, that is what we are against. We are still in the PDP. We are still talking with relevant persons who, most especially the elders, you know, to see how we can now come to terms, and then the gray areas that we have identified, that we can make corrections and then move forward.
Okay, you say that you're still a member of the PDP. Who is the chairman of the PDP that you're still a member of?
Baraje is the authentic chairman of the PDP, the national chairman of the PDP. Oyinlola, as the court has already clearly, given a verdict, he is the secretary. So any other person is null and void.
You know, it's a little confusing here, because we had imagined that your group had set up their own, will we say, a splinter group within the party, wherein you had your own chairman. You talked about Mr. Kawu Baraje as your chairman. We also know that Mr. Oyinlola was also your secretary, and you also had other people. I mean, Mr. Sam Jaja was also a member of that executive body within your own splinter group. But it would seem now that you're still also laying claim to the larger umbrella of the PDP, which is the one that it would seem INEC recognizes. It's very difficult to reconcile. Can you help us understand it?
Your voice is quite clear, and I like that question. The party is, the matter is before the Supreme Court, when INEC says that they don't recognize Baraje Group. And so when the Supreme Court judgment comes out, we're able to know that, I think that will solve the problem. That will answer the question. And for now, I think we have a larger supporters as far as the PDP is concerned. And we are not perturbed with all these intimidation, arrests, harassment, detention, and all whatnot. As I can tell you categorically today that some of us have been imprisoned for just align with the new PDP. Alliance theory has been.
Let me jump in, Mr. Godwin. I mean, so it comes across.
Once you see that it's a matter of interest. Let me shut it that way. Keep it.
It comes across as though your group, you want to eat your cake and have it. If you don't like what's going on within the party, and you say you are the Protestants within the PDP, if you don't like how they are running the affairs, how things are being done, why don't you just leave the party and form a new party?
Yeah, Chamberlain, you are correct. When there is a dispute among members and where they cannot resolve that dispute amicably, well, definitely there must be a way out. And you agree with me that recently other parties are coming to lobby for us to come and join them. We can also stand on our own. And if this ongoing negotiation fails, and I believe in very well strongly that nothing is too big. We are not in a battlefront. It's just mere politics, and definitely I know that when the president calls us, we'll be able to sit down with him and then sort things out. And I also want to say this again, that when people disagree, definitely they will agree. And we are also looking at winning the election come 2015. And you also agree with me that the votes of South-South and South-East put together cannot bring our president back. So these are some of the fears. And it's better post-conflicts are more difficult than pre-conflicts. So what is happening is I think we will look for a way to resolve the crisis. But if it goes beyond that, I think we'll know the next step to take.
Well, talking about the next step, before that, does it occur to you that this may just be pure politics and selfish interest, knowing full well that almost, if not all, the 7 governors on their last run, meaning they'll be out of office in 2015. So they're trying to be relevant now so that they have lost the hold of their state as the leaders of your political party, isn't it?
It is not true, because if you look at the party, the PDP is dying gradually. When Obasanjo was here, you know how many states we covered. Today, AC states are over 10 states. So, because nobody was talking, they do things the way they want to do it. And it's not selfish interest at all. It is for the interest of the party and the interest of Nigeria. So it is not selfish interest.
But if you say it's not selfish interest, of course you tell us that the matter is before the Supreme Court. But the previous courts have ruled on this matter, saying there is no such thing as a new PDP. But you consistently refer to yourselves as the new PDP. So it does also come across as though you don't want to agree with the verdict unless it favors you.
In any dispute, everybody will definitely hold on to his own. Now we are not happy with the way the party is being run. Now if that matter goes to the court will definitely look at the merit of the case. Now at the end, definitely the apex court is there to look into it, and then they will do the right thing. And we so much believed we are in the court. which is the ordinary man can go there and then seek redress. So whatever thing that comes out from the court is acceptable to us. And if we don't look at it that well, we're going to see continue. So let us see how we can, move forward as a group. We are going to, take those steps in the coming days.
So if the Supreme Court rules or upholds the judgment of the appellate court, what would you do?
Well, that will decide by the elders in our group. They are going to tell us. I'm not in position to say this is what exactly we're going to do. That based on our, it's going to be decided by our elders.
All right, then C.D. Godwin, Interim Secretary, Bayelsa State Chapter of the aggrieved faction of the People's Democratic Party. Thank you for joining us today from Abuja Studios.